I'm painting a little girl making a wish. I'm Michelle Manriquez from Drop That Brush. I want to help people who are non-artists become artists. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Don't forget, in my description below, there will be a photo, a drawing, and a value sketch. And you can paint along with me as I'm working this so you can see where I'm trying to talk. I talk you through where my head was at. And I'm not always sure my head gets kind of a little, I bounce around a tad, but you know, that's okay. So paint with me. I am still telling stories with my art. Anything that tells a story makes me happy. I feel that just gives it something. And that's why I love people, because I can make up the stories. What I loved about this particular photograph is her red hair and her dirty hands. To me, that was hilarious because, you know, they're kids. They get dirty. It's fun. To me, it just kind of reminds me of childhood memories when we're playing in the dirt. Let's talk about values. The current values are light mainly, a little medium, and a very itty bitty dark. And there isn't a connection between the darks much. So that's something I'm going to be working on in the painting. If you know what values will make the picture more exciting, to make it pop, a lot of it's about determining what you want to focus on. Do you want to focus on the face? Maybe the dandelion itself. I chose to work on the dirty hands and the hair because it gives me a chance to play with hair. Hair is a pain. I don't find it easy. And so, you know, it's something I could work on. And hands are always interesting. You never know what they're going to do. You can mess things up pretty easily. And I've never done dirty hands, so we'll see how that goes. Like about the values, and I wanted you to make sure you look at it. So I don't like that there is no darks except for that one patch of trees, that I would like to have some darks going in the background into the child. When I'm looking at the background, I want to have, if I can, mid-size, little, and big. I'm going to squeeze the two fields together, so there will be Papa Bear, the trees will be your baby bear, and the mama bear will be the sky. Got it. In the front, I want do some dry scraping with the hopes that I will still have some little whites that could be dandelions. It doesn't have to be very specific, but just a sort of an idea to mimic dandelions. One of the things I can immediately see, if the hands are my focus, her bottom of her dress is dark. Her hands are dark. I don't want to do that. That's not helpful to the painting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change. Bottom of the dress will be lighter, dark hands, and then you have the light on the top of the hands. And I think that will, again, show you where you want you to look at. See if I change it. If my focus is the dandelion itself and the lips, then that would be my focus. And then I'd make sure everything is a little darker around that. It depends upon what you're looking at and what you are into. What about the picture made you excited to paint it? And for me, it was the crazy hair. Your values guide you through the picture. So it says, here, look here. This is beautiful. Look at this. Here's light and dark. That's going to pop out. Here is my complementary colors. That will pop out. So we're looking at that, and that's one of the main things, to determine what is your focus. And this is an easy one, can be either one. It could be very simple on the hair. You could skip the dirty hands and go straight to the face, and maybe add a little less hair on the face. Yeah, but you know, it's doable either way. When I look at the value, I actually think about it, and I think, okay, well, this is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem. And I really want you to start being more aware. You take it, put it on Notanizer. There's a video. And actually see if the values are good. If they're not great, what do you need to fix? If you come in with a plan, it doesn't always happen, but you know, sometimes it does. But if you have a plan, you're much more likely to have a successful painting. Red hair is interesting. There is a whole bunch of colors. There's always going to be a little blonde. There's always going to be an orange. It may be more orange or more red, you know, and it's a warm tones. So you don't really want to see with the pinks, okay? You want to stay in the warm browns, the warm reds, and the warm yellows. Or the hair is red and orange. Good complementary colors are going to be blue and greens, which really works because that's what's going on. As far as face colors, I do a very standard face color, which is yellow ochre, pink, and cobalt blue. I'm making it very nothing exciting. That's my goal, not to be too exciting. I have a video right here about how to get skin tones. They're not that hard. People think they're hard. They really aren't, I swear. You can do that. The other thing just to note is if it's not a close-up face, children do better with a dark brown, not using black and outlining everything perfectly. I have these little flying dandelion seeds. I kind of drew them in. I think I'm going to use a little biscuit to do that. I normally hate biscuit. I'm going to see how that goes. I'm making a couple little line works. It may be nice. It may be awful. We'll see. The problem I'm a little concerned about is that side of the face is actually kind of light, and I'm going to have biscuit, but it may not show enough. And I may actually have to put in darker color in to make it pop. Because I do want little flowing dandelion seeds. For the background and the dress, I'm going to stay probably in greens and blues, which are more cool colors. Everything mainly is cool. The hair should really pop because it should be like, wow. It sends you right there. And I'm doing that on purpose. It's not the correct color of the dress. I'm doing what I need to do to try to make it interesting painting. Let's go ahead and make a wish that this will be a beautiful painting. So what do I do for the sky? I don't want it to be important. Diamond come in spring, so everything is beautiful and vibrant. I'm gonna flip it this way. A little color here. This also is just a blush of color. And I'm going to allow it to kind of bleed in and not get too excited if it doesn't do perfect things. Do I need the sky to be a little bit darker? This will allow me to have like a kind of a mellow green color. Because I can see I'll forget, oh yeah, that was supposed to be green. So I'm just gonna kind of melt it in, not really like, oh my God, it must be perfect, but just so it's something there. As I get closer to the bottom, I'm gonna do a little scraping, maybe. Let's see how this goes. So I'm gonna squeeze it. What I wanna do is I wanna make sure that I can have a little things that could be little white areas. starting to dry over here. I'm gonna actually put the trees in right now. And the reason why I'm doing it now is I want it to have a soft edge. And that will allow me to see the beautiful little blonde hair. Okay, or red hair. So, okay, again, is it too dry now? Maybe it's, now, see, this has a nice soft edge. I'm looking, I think I need to get some water. But the problem is, well, I have a blossom, I already have a blossom, so I don't get too excited, but I take just a little bit of water here. And I don't want this to be a hard edge. I'm purposely making some blossoms right here. Okay, this is kind of a flat area, and I don't think that looks good, so I'm going to pop here and more a little in and outs. Let go, let go. Drop that brush. Okay, stop now. If I get in trouble, because I can see it coming. Do you guys see it coming? Oh, I feel it coming. I do have curls that got a little green. That's okay. In the name of love, before you break my heart, stop. In the name of love, before you break my heart, take it over. Let's go ahead and get face color. A little Caucasian girl, very Caucasian because she's redhead. And calm it down. I'm going to use the same blue. So I think I'm going to kind of go in and out between the hair. Am I going to get too dark? I'm looking at this and trying to determine if maybe I'm getting a little too dark. Yeah, sometimes I have a real tendency to go with the dark, man. It just makes sense to me. I don't know, I just like things dark. I can go straight into the hands. I can go right here. I don't have to fight this. I can just kind of bring it right on in here. Now this side of her face is much lighter. So I'm not being very real masonly picky. Sometimes we worry at the beginning, and the beginning isn't the problem. It's the end that can be a problem. Boom. And just as fast as that, how about I go back and forth between those two colors? Just because that's what the sky is. So if I just kind of move it in and out, and if some of it kind of melts in, that's okay, or anything. Let's do the face first. I like that. That came out a little too dark, so I'm just gonna, and I have a tendency to get dark, so this is an ongoing issue with me. Not all people have issues with dark, but yeah, I do. Don't like how orange that is. I'm gonna come back through here. There is part of the eye right here. In the center, that is that gorgeous, vibrant green right in the middle. Right here, I'm gonna get it wet above and below here. So basically what I'm doing is I'm getting some color on this side. And I don't want it to be too light. I get too dark already. Now right here, this is all going to be dirty. So this will be fun. How are we gonna make that? How are we gonna say dirt? There is this curve right here, and it has to be a soft edge for sure. So now I put water on it. It's not anymore. So just add more water. And that's a little too bright. So I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna add that same purple. And you can see I'm kind of softening edges. A little dark shape right there. So what are we gonna do with this dirt? Dirt is an interesting thing. And it's in and out. It's not like the whole thing is just dirty. It's like in and out dirt. And I don't want a bright. So if I put cobalt blue, you can see it becomes a little more duller. I don't want it gray because I don't look right either. Ins and outs, think ins and outs, okay? I'm gonna put water on it because, you know, she has a little dirt here and a little here. And maybe if I take a little bit of blue, we'll make it, kind of make it look good. What do you think? Dirt, think dirt. I think, ooh, that's part of her dress. Whoopsie. Well, that's easy to fix. That's her dress. So I'm going to quickly fix that so I don't get confused. Trying to get the right color. It kind of goes, and I'm kind of trying to do a little scraping. Like that. Okay. Oh, I like that. And then there's this little extra piece right there. So you see some of the darks, but it kind of comes and goes. And put water, and that will help. Does this say dirt? I don't know. We're gonna see when this is done if we think this looks dirt enough. That there's a really dark color. More blue, and I can feel movements of her palm right here. There we go, I like that. Just dirt, having a good time. Now this is a little darker yet than the neck. Now here it shows that it is lighter, but it can't see it. And I do want to be able to see it. So you can see I'm trying to do this, not doing a whole bunch of layers. I'm just going to try to get in there, get out of there, and try to say dirty. Can I say dirty? That's what I want to do, is I want to say dirty. Now, am I going to want this a little dark? Right now, the value is the same. Yeah, that's better, because now I can actually see what's going on. There's going to be this little light area right here. Something has to be darker. Right now the values are the same. All right, it looks to me like it's just a tad darker here. And I'm gonna go for it so we can see it. There we go. And see, my goal is to do as little as I can and still say to it, that's my goal. All I want to do is say, dirty hand. What do you think? I'd go with that. I wanted to make sure that when I pull out that white, it'll still show. Some kind of a little pattern. Very soft, subtle, not important. Again, to make things round, you do better if you've got water. It really does make a difference. And I put in the water and the lighter color, not the darker color. And I lost my color. All right, I was doing this and a little that. And it's a little too bright. So I'll use a little blue and calm. Okay, it's still a little bright. Calm it down again. Okay, what do you think? This side, her entire arm is darker on this side. So I can actually just put a little more color there. Right from the beginning. Okay. Then here, it's much, okay, is that going to be too bright? I don't know. Let me put a little of that purple, kind of calm it down with it. Oh yeah, that calmed it down. Okay, so this is pretty dark right here. So I'm going to put that in, just kind of blend it in. Now I think I've got it too dark. And it's so easy just to do that. And if I'm not sure, I can always come back through later and try again. If I think I got too dark, it's easy enough to fix. Ooh, we're getting into dirt. Yay! It almost looks white. I think I probably have to have some color on it. A little bit more. So I'm just going to throw in some color right here. I'm going to go around the nails. Lights areas, just kind of popping them here and there. I'm just going to get a little darker right in the corner. Okay. I'm kind of going into the other thing, which I did not want to, so I'm going to pull that back out. Make it a little thicker so it doesn't move. Now, that actually could be part of her dress. So, like, there's a little gap. And I really don't know for sure, but I'm just going to add like maybe that was part of her dress. And if we're not sure, I'm just going to melt it into it so you don't really know one way or the other. You figure it out. Yeah, a little dirt. Dirt. Okay, this is more fun than I thought it would be. I'm not really a picky painter, but this was just kind of fun. I'm not sure if this makes sense yet. I'm still thinking about it. Okay, it's a good place to stop. You know, when you're not sure, stop. And I'm going to keep it maybe a little blue, just to darken it up a little bit, just on the eyelashes, and just a few little strikes, very gentle. Make sure I get a soft edge. I can't really see her, this one. It's like there's hair all over the place. So I'm just gonna make this dark. There may be a little, some kind of a little light work, just showing that there's some kind of an eyebrow somewhere, somehow. And I think I'm gonna cut this off. I got a little further down than I meant to. The reason why this didn't look right is this was much darker right there. And that shows the curve. Oh yeah, that helped me. You know, doing her thing, having fun. I'm going to soften these edges. I'm going to put a little bit of blue right on the edges of her nares. Where do I want my white? I think my white's gonna be. And I'm gonna put a pretty dark color right here, underneath here. And I've got to make sure I get a really dark in that dot. Try to find a color that I actually do like. Little girl colors are gentle. They're not. No. As I look. I'm still trying to get this a little bit darker yet. Gently, gently. Boy, when you pop her nose in and stuff, that made a huge... Definitely needs a little more, just plain yellow. I can feel it. And she's light, but still, I need a little more yellow. A little yellow here. Here we go. Fingerprints. Here we go. Man, me and my fingerprints.